Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. So let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Miami, Season 1, Episode 10, the finale. The finale's here. Now, what's going on? Was Amada and Veronica Vega ever really friends? Were they ever really friends? Like, how can Hollywood, how can all this become between their friendship if they was friends? Like, what's up with that? I mean, taking shots, like taking things that taking, Veronica Vega's shots that she took at Amada are almost like career damaging shots. If it could actually be proven, you know what I mean? Or she goes out on a campaign, you know what I mean? Like, so how were they ever really friends? Where there's some underlying jealousy in the situation, was there was some disdain, because it's like, yo, they couldn't even talk. It's like once JoJo came in, Steph saying this and that, Hollywood came in, it's like they couldn't even talk, they couldn't even have a conversation with each other without Veronica trying to fight, Amada getting back up, trying to defend herself as well. And then Amada and Veronica Vega outside the club. Then now them at Trick Daddy's, barbecue. Like, were they ever fucking friends? Like, what's good? Like, yo, like, if you ever had a friendship and you cared and you loved each other and you was girls, like, you don't do no shit like that, especially on national TV, or did the fame or trying to get popular, or, trying to have a storyline on this show destroy their friendship. Because I'm like, damn, look at Slickum's penis. Slickum is a mess. He is a mess. He done had sex tapes out. He done did all types of stuff. So anyways, let's get into it. We got Trick Daddy. We got Trina. They're at the radio station announcing that they are going to be having a barbecue party, TNT. They're going to be releasing their album, Blase the Third, and they're going to do it for the fans. They're going to reach out and touch the fans and show them how much they appreciate them, how much they love them, how much they got so much respect for them. So basically, they're going to do that. They're going to throw a free concert. It's going to be a glow up. Basically, all that food that's there, Trick Daddy should not be eating it because of his lupus. But he's going to do whatever he's going to do. Trick Daddy's going to do whatever he's going to do. So basically, Trina and Trick Daddy have a conversation on the hallway. And basically, Trina was like, yo, I heard you was getting a divorce. Joyce happy and all this other good stuff. She's feeling good about the situation. She's feeling good about everything. Trick was like, she's happy? What do you mean she's happy? I ain't getting no divorce. If you mean to tell me that she's happy, she feels good? No, nah. I don't attempt for her to be happy without me. I'm not happy. I'm miserable. So she can't be happy. That if that ain't some old backwards country misogynist mess, it ain't even funny. I know people like that. Well, you know what? If I know females do the same thing. I don't want him. If I ain't happy, I don't want him to be happy. So I'm gonna make his life miserable. And Trick Daddy is doing the same thing. I don't want her to be happy at all. And she's out here dating somebody else just that quick. That's disrespectful. Trick Daddy is a mess. She's gonna tell her to see me. She's gonna have to see me. I'll talk to her or whatever. And so basically, the people at the radio station asked Trina and Trick that have they ever smashed, and they said no, they ain't never smashed. They ain't even smashed each other's friends. I was like, word life. Okay, I'm reloaded. So we get Pretty Ricky. I wish this show would have focused more on Pretty Ricky and them making music and doing music together and showing each individual's life. That because I know Slickum's life has gotta be lit, and I know Baby Blue's light is lit, and we know Spectacular. I know his life is pretty different because he's a businessman and he's also, married with kids. So that would be interesting to see as well because, he was like a sex symbol when the group was out. He had these heavy, thick muscles. Now he's all skinny. Was he taking steroids back then? Or that was just young boy, built up, hunky, chunky muscles or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, it is what it is. Basically, Puerto Rican is having a meeting. And basically, they're talking to Slickums about his behavior, doing, sending pics out there with his penis and his body showing, and then going to the concert, taking off his clothes and showing his, underwears when he's not built like that anymore, So basically, Slickum is like, yo, we was raunchy, blah, blah, blah. That's how we built our career. And so they was like, yo, well, we're adults now. We don't do that shit no more. It was like, can you keep your clothes on? Can you keep your pants on? And make sure you don't have no pictures out here because it's not good for the brand. It's career destroying basically. So Slickum agrees, and so baby Blue and P go back and forth with Shay, but basically they make up and it's all good. But Blue was like, yo, you ain't gonna tell me who I'm gonna work with, straight up. Like, I'm a man, you a man. But Blue understands he should have gave him the heads up. Blue even said he should have gave him the heads up, but then he was trying to keep it a secret. But how you gonna keep it a secret when you're on this show? So anyways, it is what it is. So we get Gunplay. Gunplay is with his homeboy, and basically he's doing a ceremony. He's doing a ritual to Yamanye, Babalue, or whatever. Basically, the mother of the ocean, and he is giving fruits to Yagme. Yeah, I could say Yagmet, and basically, you know, to the mother of the ocean to free, you know, him of his demons and to release all the stuff that's going on, to make him better, stronger, and basically fight the addiction that he's going through and actually be successful and all this other stuff. So he practiced Santa Maria, and basically that's what he did. And then he hasn't talked to, you know, what's her name, Kiara, but now he's talking to Kiara because she showed up, and basically she was like, this ritual and everything is good and blase and the third, but you need to get help, you need to go to rehab, because you know I didn't come from my hometown to come here for you to be boxing with your demons. And then on top of that, I have depression, I deal with shit, yo, I was shot 3 times, so you know she got PSD, you know she has nightmares, you know she be looking over her shoulder. So Kiara was just like, yo, you either go to rehab or whatever. He goes, that an ultimatum? She was like, nah, it's a choice, whatever you want to do. So basically he was like, 750 days I was good, I was there for you, but that don't matter. Once you slip on them drugs, it's endless. And so basically I hope Gunplay don't fall back into the drugs, because we know Rick Ross is sick, and we know Rick Ross is behind him, and basically Rick Ross is the one that's basically helping Gunplay open these doors and talking to different record labels and stuff like that. And also, you know, Rick Ross is his boy, number one, and foremost, they were friends before the music started. And so whatever's going on with Rick Ross, hopefully everything is good. I'm so glad Rick Ross is still alive, because I was gonna say they murdered Rick Ross. I'm trying to tell you, I was like, somebody got to Rick Ross. But anyways, that didn't happen, so it's all good. Hopefully, you know, I'm just glad he's not dead. That's it. So anyways, hopefully Gunplay doesn't revert back to drugs because of his ace boon coon, because Gunplay has been surrounded by a lot of death. And you know, Kiara was like, yo, listen, you're about to be 40, man. You're about to be 40. You can't still be doing the same thing. We can't be going backwards. Basically, she's saying what Mendici's been saying. And so anyways, it is what it is with that situation. So Gunplay is going to choose to go to rehab and get help, and Kiara's going to stay there and support him. You know, it's her choice. She's a grown woman. She done already went down there to Florida to live with him. We'll see what happens. Only time will tell. And it's like, only time would tell. So then we got Bobby Lights, and we have who do you think is more extra, Bobby Lights or Jonathan from Love and Hip Hop New York? You tell me which one you think is more extra. So we have Bobby Lights. He has a flamingo around his neck, extra that is, and he's with Miami Tip or whatever. Basically, they're going to, you know, the Trick and Trina barbecue, TNT barbecue or whatever, and basically he's going to make up with Trina. He does make up with Trina, and basically they're family. They're going to support each other, and all is forgiven. And you know, Miami Tip, you know, made that possible. And also Miami Tip also, you know, brought Jeffrey to, you know, Bobby Lights, you know, listening party, and he really appreciate that, because he feels like maybe they can be friends, maybe, you know, something can happen. So or whatever, he was just happy that Jeffrey was there, because he likes Jeffrey. And then Jeffrey's going to be showing up to the barbecue with Malik, and Malik and Jeffrey done made up. He done gave him flowers, and you know, Jeffrey's just like, yo, listen, I understand what you put on the line for me. I understand all the things that you did, be coming out the closet, doing all this other stuff, and us being an openly gay couple. I know you're struggling with your sexuality, and I know you did that for me. So basically, I apologize, blah, and the third. So he realized his wrongs or whatever, and plus he needs a place to stay, because Jeffrey is kind of an opportunist, whoever got the more money at the time, or whatever. But it might not be like that in this case and scenario, if it's true that Jeffrey and Malik dated years ago. So it is what it is. And so Trina makes sure she lets Bobby Lights know, don't talk about me in interview, don't talk negative about me, don't bring me up. So then we got Amada and we got JoJo. Basically, they're at the barbecue too as well, the Trick and Trina barbecue, and they're talking and they're conversing about what the shit's going on with, her, with Amada and, Veronica Vega outside the club. And the common denominator is Steph. And she was like, oh, Steph is just a nice person, whatever. So JoJo was like, no, she's not. She's playing both sides. She's an in-betweener, basically. She don't know what side to pick or whatever, blase and a third. And this type of scenario, you would have to pick a side. Sometimes you don't want to get involved in your friends. If you have two friends that are beefing, you don't want to get involved. But it seems like this is just way too hurtful and negative for you to not, because they both want you to pick sides. So either you pick a side or you don't be friends with either one of them. So I think Steph is shady. I think Steph is fake, and I don't like her. I don't like her character on the show, but she also could be added that she's jumping both sides and she's bandwagon. But it seems like she's more towards Veronica Vega's side than she is Amada's side. So anyways, JoJo was talking about, I met up with, Veronica Vega and all this other stuff. And then Steph LaCour, she walked up. She was like, hey, ladies. And so that's when Amada was like, oh, what you doing here? It's nice to see you. We keep running into each other like we ran into each other last time. And then Steph LaCour was like, I was only doing it because, I only had the good intent. I only had great intent. You only had intent for good TV and storyline. So sometimes I think if they were really friends, sometimes reality TV can mess up your relationship, especially if you don't have that tight bond, because we hear about so many different times where people come on reality TV shows and they're friends and they end up betraying each other, all different ones, whether it's sports, whether it's athletic, reality TV shows, they end up splitting and not being friends. So I was just like, okay. And so then we got Veronica Vega riding with young Hollywood, old Hollywood, with Hollywood. And basically she was like, I don't want you working with Amada no more. I don't want you she ain't gonna get no music from you. She ain't getting nothing from you, blase and a third. And so then Hollywood is like, oh yeah, she came up to the event and she was acting up and she was terrible. It was a networking event. I was embarrassed. I tried to help. I was like, they can't keep Amada's name out their mouth. Like, their storyline is Amada. Like, damn, like, what's it like? Is really her hair that big of a deal? That she's wearing an afro, with extensions in it. It still stands for an afro. It still stands for power. It still stands for natural hair. She could wear a slick wig. She can wear white girl wig. She can wear whatever she does. But it's just a wig. But you know what I mean? Like, they're just going in on her. Like, yo. Like, it's like none of these four, Amada, Young Hollywood, and Veronica Vega can't keep each other's name out each other's mouth. You know what I mean? It's always like it's tit for tat, like they be trying to go at each other. Amada basically dissed Veronica Vega to hang out with Hollywood, and basically didn't even tell her she was hanging out with Hollywood, and she was so upset with Hollywood. And the reason why Veronica Vega and Amada got into it is because of Young Hollywood and his comments. But then that's when Veronica Vega was like, yo, get over it, it's not a big of a deal, if somebody make a comment about me, blah blah blah. So then now you have Amada chilling with Young Hollywood, going on interviews with him, chilling with him, and not telling Steph LaCour, not telling Veronica Vega that what, me and Hollywood made amends, let us make amends too as well. But then now she's chilling with him, and he was a common denominator as the person that's making her cry and making her feeling all some type of way, and going to Veronica's video shoot basically crying or whatever, Veronica consoling her, blasting the third. And then now you turn around, you're in that event with Young Hollywood chilling, and it's supposed to be networking because he's helping you out, he's bringing you to the radio station, and then boom, Amada gets into a scuffle with Veronica Vega outside the club. Hollywood goes comfort, Veronica Vega, and then goes inside the club with, Amada. Is Young Hollywood smashing both of these women? Is he smashing them? Is he really that hot that he got music that he can give to them to make them popular? Or is this just a storyline? Because I don't know who Young Hollywood is, old Hollywood. All I know is, Prince and Bobby Lights was saying on an interview on Hollywood Unlocked that they edit him that way, and he doesn't know how to he doesn't really know how to talk or express himself or whatever, blah and the third. They're just saying that he don't know how to speak correctly, so whatever. And it was like, you know, he's really like a nobody, not like a nobody, but he's really been sheltered, and like this is just so much. He just wants to be cool so bad, but he really doesn't know how to be, and he doesn't know how to express himself. So but he expressed himself well enough to a Disamata. So anyways, I'm just like, yo. So I think they're all wrong in a situation, because, you know, Hollywood is jumping back and forth and he's loving this because, you know, Veronica Vega's fighting over him. Amada went back to work with him. He done disrespecting Amada. She done ran behind him and chilling with him. Then he got mad at her for getting into an argument with Veronica Vega. Now he's on Veronica Vega's side, and Veronica Vega is telling him that he better not do no music with her. He better not mess with her, and blase in the third. And he says, I agree, you're never going to have to worry about that. So it sounds like so childish and so catty. So I'm just wondering if they're sleeping with each other or whatever. So anyways, now Veronica Vega, she walks up whatever, she walks up and with Hollywood, and basically she walks up with Hollywood, and she was like, oh look at this Miss Rainbow JoJo, the bitch that thinks she's a millionaire but she really dressed ratchet and raggedy basically. And you know, she's basically just dissing JoJo. She was like, this motherfucker thinks she's a millionaire but she look all ratchet and shit. I was like, yo. And she's calling them out, and then she's and and she goes, and then she talks about, you know, Amada with her fake afro, you know, selling dreams to young girls. That ain't true, and she ain't even real herself. She got a fake afro, whatever. She doesn't even know the meaning of her culture. She doesn't even know the meaning of Afro Latina, and she yeah. Veronica Vega really was just like straight up dissing. You know how Sky was at the dinner in Black Ink telling everybody about their self and dissing them, and she should have kept it to herself? This is the same thing that Veronica Vega was doing. She was calling her rainbow, just calling her all types of rainbows. She was like, you rainbow looking ass thing. She's a millionaire, but she looks like a ratchet ass whore. And then this fake ass Afro Latino selling little girls fake ass dreams. I was just like, yo, she went there all the way there. Now, do you think there's any truth to that, or she's just being negative? Do she know something about Amada that we don't know, or she's just jealous of her? But it's just like, damn, they let Hollywood get into the mix, and now Hollywood is back on, you know, Veronica Vega's side. What is it with young Hollywood that they want? Like, what is it? And then, you know, when Amada was leaving the situation, the barbecue, she was like, oh, look at Hollywood over there with her. Like, she was hurt. But how did she think that, how did she think Hollywood was going to be loyal to her? The way he disrespected her culture, made fun of her. You know what I mean? And then when she got into that fight at the club with, you know, that little altercation, it wasn't really that physical. He went to go check on Veronica Vega. Then he was doing music with her when he was supposed to be doing music with, you know, Amada. So he's been going back and forth, basically. And I think if she was, I don't know what Hollywood got between his legs. I don't know how is he charismatic? He doesn't seem like he is on this show. So basically, Veronica Vega is just being very vulgar and nasty towards these two women. And Hollywood said that he had a problem with Amada, you know, acting up at the event. But look how Veronica Vega is acting right now. It's like he played these two girls like ping pongs. You know what I mean? Like, do they want his approval? Does he make really good music? Like, I don't know, because I'm not looking him up. I don't got time to do that shit. So, and so then we got Veronica Vega saying the M word, talking about, like, she's like, it don't matter if you're Afro Latina, it don't matter if you're dark Latina, light Latina, it matters if you're a real N word. If you're real, I'm real. I was just thinking about J-Lo, I'm real, with Ja Rule. So basically that's what she's saying. And so then, you know, Veronica Vega, what's her name? JoJo gets on top, put one of her legs on top of the picnic table. Veronica Vega jumps on top of the picnic table and try to swing, but, you know, her arm is caught caught, and then that's when Amada tries to jump over there and get her, but security's on deck, so they ain't letting them touch each other. And then, this is when, Veronica Vega is calling her fake, calling her all types of names or whatever, and some talking about eat this, suck this, do this. Amada's like, eat this, suck this, do this. And basically, Amada seems like she's really hurt about the situation, but it's like she kind of like brought it on herself by effing with Young Hollywood, getting back with him. Like, if anybody that you was going to talk to, you should have talked to Veronica Vega, because none of this would have happened if it wasn't for Young Hollywood. For real, for real. So it lets me believe that you guys wasn't even friends at all. Like, you know what I mean? Then Steph LaCour, she just standing there. She tries to stop Veronica Vega. And basically, Veronica Vega is trying to diss JoJo for what she has on. But JoJo ain't going to be a millionaire no more, because her father done took the money because she done testified for her mother. So I'm just like, damn. That's just crazy. And then, Amada leaves or whatever. She's being escorted out with JoJo. And so Veronica Vega's sitting there at on the picnic table talking to Young Hollywood and Steph LaCour. She was like, and Veronica's like, why are you hanging with them whack bitches and fake bitches there? Nobody's blasting the third. So then you got Amada saying, okay, we see what side, Steph LaCour chose, so it's good she chose the wrong side, because Amada's going to make it. She's going to do it. Maybe Hollywood got it misconstrued that Amada wasn't going to make it, but she is making it. I don't hear nothing from Veronica Vega, so it is what it is. And we don't even know if we're going to even see these people back on Love and Hip Hop, Miami again. And so Veronica Vega was like, yo, and Young Hollywood's both saying that, Amada's selling a fake dream, thinking that telling these girls they can be natural, they can do this, they can do that all by themselves. And once again, she doesn't know who she is. She don't know nothing about that. And she's fake herself. She ain't even real. And she don't even understand her culture. She don't understand this. But if she doesn't understand her culture, she's trying to put a positive message out there. She's trying to be positive. She's trying to, but I would say that I know Amada did face discrimination, from her people, especially, because she is dark and she does have thicker hair. But we know that she can easily wet her hair and put gel in it, and it probably will go soft. Or she can blow dry it straight, which anybody can do as well. But the color of her skin, people would say, call her fea or things like that, or a negra. Stuff like that they would say to her, especially older people. But, Veronica Vega don't have to experience that, because she looks Argentina. She looks like, European. You know what I'm saying? So, they could have both worked together and say, you know what? She's European, but in Latino. I'm dark skinned and I'm Latina, and we're together. And we love each other and blah, blah, blah. They could have had a different whole message, but them fighting back and forth of who's fake, who's real, and this Young Hollywood shit just went haywire. Because I don't even know how Young Hollywood squeezed in. Like, did he sell them both dreams and promises? Like, damn. But at least Amada is putting out a message. And if you don't hear her speak, like, maybe people that don't like black people would think that, oh, she's black, but once she starts to talk Spanish or they hear her name, they'll be like, oh, okay, you can come through. But she still has to face more racism than Veronica Vega or Young Hollywood. Or is their past from their culture making them not like her, or they don't like her because they think she really is fake? So I don't know. It's all on some bullshit, really. It's on some real bullshit that really don't make no sense at all, point blank, period. But we see that Amada knows now she got them three and her friends, and she's going to be moving forward. And it's too bad, because she did sign a record deal. They could have got on the label with her. He could have threw some beats in. But we'll see if they make up and be friends. Who knows? Because these people fight among one another and then make up. And possibly they could watch the season back and realize that, okay, we effed up our friendship. But we'll see on the reunion. The reunion should be lit, because they all seem like they mad at each other. So anyways, then we move on from that situation. Then we got Jeffrey, basically, Jeffrey and Malik coming to the party, and it's not going to be a good thing, because Malik ends up seeing Jeffrey basically But before then, we got Trina and Trick Daddy meet up basically, and then Joy's like, yo, I heard you're not gonna give me a divorce and all this other stuff, and he was like, nope, you happy, I ain't happy that you happy, I don't tend for you to be happy without me basically. So now Joy was like, you know what, I don't want none of this, I want to be done. So anyways, Trick is like, I'm gonna perform, and he was like, can I get a kiss? I thought for a second Joy's gonna give him a kiss. He was like, can I get a hug? So basically Trick told her that he's still in love with her, he don't want to let her go, but Joy wants to let him go, and she wants to move on. So anyways, so we get Malik and we get Jeffrey. They see Bobby. Malik sees Bobby Lights and he wants to confront him. Basically, they're standing around the car and they're arguing and fussing. And basically, he was like, Jeffrey's with me. I got more money. I got paper. I got coins. So he's with you for money. You got paper. You got coins. And he was like, oh, what do you do for a living? I'm a boss. He was like, you ain't nothing but a secondhand rated makeup artist, and called him a queen, whatever. I guess Bobby called him the F word, or say because, you're hiding in the closet, or you're this or whatever. I don't know what the hell Jeffrey said to Malik, because he then blew up. How you gonna disrespect me? You're gonna disrespect me. How you gonna disrespect me? I'll kill you. Just way too much. Just like, yo, what do you want, dude? Are you taking Adderall? What do you want? And Veronica Vega looked like she sniffed some coke. She did some bumps. And so anyways, they going back and forth or whatever. And it's just, Bobby's like, well, he came to support me, blah, blah, blah. Where was you at home waiting for him? Malik is just getting upset. But there's security. Nobody jumped across the car. Nobody came around the car. Malik is just barking. He got a lot of effing nerve, because he knew that Jeffrey was with, Bobby first. Bobby at the time that he was pursuing him. And so he gets what he deserves. You know what I mean? Malik was saying that he's tired of Bobby lying. He's tired of Jeffrey lying and not telling the truth, and he wants him to be honest and all this other stuff. And Jeffrey said, you know what, I'm going to have to stop being honest, because Jeffrey is a liar. He is a player. He's a snake in the grass. And so is Malik, because he knew that he was in a relationship. He should have told him, dead your relationship, and then me and you can move forward. That's how you start off a real relationship, where you don't have these problems that you're having right now, because what you do to others come back onto you, and how you got them is how you lose them, Malik, and that is it. And I'm kind of thinking that Jeffrey and Bobby got back together, because come on, Malik is way too much. And then when Bobby and Prince were on the interview of Hollywood Unlocked, they both said, and so many different words, that Malik doesn't really have a job and he doesn't really work anywhere, and he's trying to get himself going. I don't know how true that is or whatever, but we know Malik and Bobby Lights right now are cool. They're friends. So that's what Bobby Lights said. So we'll see. So anyways, they're throwing cusses, and I was like, yo, I could not be with anybody like Malik, because when I'm sleeping at night, I would just think that they would have a temper tantrum in their head and just start stabbing me while I'm sleeping, or I'd just be going berserk. I can't deal with anybody that yells and screams like that. And he's very dominating, very controlling. No, you gotta let me be me, baby. So anyways, Malik is yelling, screaming, trying to get out of there. And he's pushing like the producers, whoever's back there, open that gate, get me out. Jeffrey's just laughing. I won the argument. Ha, 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 ha. It's like way too much shit. So anyways, now we get to Shay's coming through the cookout because she was invited by Dawn. And so we have Pleasure P sitting there talking to Joy. Basically, Pleasure P had like a stack of food and shit. He was making sure he was getting something to take home. That food must have been good. And so anyways, they're talking, and basically she was like, so you get any resolution with you and Trick or whatever? And she was like, nah, I'm gonna have to do things on my own, basically all that other stuff. And so then Dawn walks up, and then Joy was like, hey girl, how you doing? Then Shay walks behind, and she was like, hey ex-boo, hey snitch, to Joy. And P's like, what? And so then she was like, why are you running your mouth? Why are you telling Scrappy? Why did you tell P that I was talking to Scrappy? I wasn't even with him at the time. You know what I mean? You don't know what. She was like, well, I didn't know that he's my friend, so I'm telling him what's good. And I don't think there's anything wrong with Joy telling P, if P's her boy and as a friend, hey, listen, because if I see my girl's man at the club with somebody or chilling with somebody that, I'm gonna say, oh, you know what, I seen David at the club with, with Megan or whatever, Blase in the third. Like, no big deal, because that's my friend. I'm just telling him, I'll feel guilty if I didn't. So anyways, what was on with that situation? She was like, oh, She was like, so I didn't know. She was, well, let's get on to you, snitch. First she goes, so have you guys smashed? Because I knew you guys been smashing for a long time because P been keeping me away from you. You think P smashed Joy? I don't know. I have no idea. And so, but P does say to Joy that Trick doesn't want to let a beautiful woman like you go. He was like, it's hard to let someone like you go. So I wonder if they ever smash, or they just really friends. So anyway, Shay was like, so did you smash? And she was like, no, we haven't smashed. They didn't say no. They was like, what are you talking about? She was like, well, you know what, why you snitch, why you running your mouth? And then basically Shay jumps up and do what Shay normally does, and threw some little food. Joy threw a little bit of food, and then Shay jumped on top of the table, grabbed Joy by the hair, boom, 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 pulling it. Shay wouldn't do that to the Chinese Nikki and Chinese Kitty, but she got Joy. And then Joy was just too through. Joy didn't really think that was gonna happen, and that was so wrong and low down, because Shay didn't really have a reason to fight her. That's not a fightable offense. And Shay's not in the streets no more. She's on TV all the time. That's not a fightable offense. So anyways, she got the best of Joy. But Joy still looked like a lady. And Shay actually looked cute in this scene with her hair in the ponytail, whatever. So I was like, damn, Shay, like, why you attack her? Like, there was no reason. You're not with P. You're not with Scrappy. So what is the point to even talk to, Joy about the situation? Because you ain't with neither one of these dudes. One's married. Peter moved on with his married life, and he was cheating on you anyway with Gabby and all this other stuff. So why fight Joy? Don't make no sense, but I guess it's for TV, and she feels like she was wrong. How was she wrong? It had nothing to do with P wanting to be with you or not, because P was already decided that he didn't want to be with you no more from soon Gabby came in the picture, and way before then. So anyways, Shay's walking away and Joy's running after her, but security got her, and P was like, let her go. What you should have did, P, was you too slow. You should have jumped up and made sure you took them hits for, Joy. And then P was like, I'm so sorry, Joy. I'm so sorry, Joy. Like, damn, Joy's out here getting beat up. Trina's on stage. Trick is on stage. I'm like, damn. And so she finally gets away, and Shay's looking over her shoulder like, oh my God, where is she? But, security called her, so it is what it is. I'm like, damn. So then, Dawn and Shay, was talking about like, oh, well, Shay was like, does, Trick know about, P? Well, I think he should know. So maybe that's going to be something that's going to be brought up on next season. So it is what it is. Trick says he's the mayor of Miami. Trina's the queen of Miami. It ain't no Miami without Trick or Trina. Trick or treat. It is what it is. Joy's going to go see a lawyer to get her divorce final. I don't know if the person was actually a lawyer, just a paid actor or somebody that worked on the show. So, Pretty Ricky's good. Basically, Gunplay's in rehab. It's all good. Jeffrey and Malik moved in together. They together now. It's whatever. Amada that moved on with her career, and she's good. And what's her name? JoJo is got an investor from the Denver Broncos or for some football team to invest in her clothing line. And then we have Veronica Vega saying, well, she ain't gonna change for nobody. She's gonna be ratchet and whatever she wants to be and all this other stuff. And it is what it is. I guess that's really it. And Prince he's no longer the Prince of Miami. He's the King of Miami. So peace. I'm out. One love.